Hello everyone. So welcome everyone. In this today's session, we are going to uh, work on one of the cloud migration projects on premise to AWS. So I have prepared complete detailed documentation on my GitHub. You can go and check it out. The complete documentation is there, and as well as on my personal technical blogs as well. So if you go visit proful.cloud, you will find that complete migration project documentation. And this is actually phase one. So I have covered everything in step-by-step manner in the blog and my GitHub repo as well. So you will find a complete detailed information about this project and uh, other information as well for migration. Each and every documentation is prepared in a detailed manner, so you can have complete information from this repo in a step-by-step manner. So if you go check it out, there you will have everything what you wanna learn from this migration project. So uh, I was just going to give an overview of where to go in terms of to locate the documentation in my GitHub. So this is document folder, and inside all this documentation is covered for migration. And this is migration folder, and inside that there is a phase by phase documentation is prepared. So this is not like just one time project, as this project is will be running through multiple milestones in phase by phase. So as I work and prepare the project, I will prepare complete documentation when it completes. So let's say this is the phase one called, and under the phase one I have uh, prepared each and every steps with complete screenshots in a detailed manner. So prerequisite, deploy and high level TCO analysis for this phase one. This is the uh, discovery agents installation on web server machines. And this is a high level TCO analysis based on the information gathered from the virtual machines on premises, and compare the costing with on-prem to cloud migration. That's how it calculates the TCO. So it is also covered in this. Now let's jump into the project. So if you go into README section of this GitHub, the title is Cloud Migration Project on-premise to AWS, and uh, overview. If you see this project actually demonstrates migration on-premises web application migration to the AWS cloud along with the database, and we will be leveraging a couple of AWS migration tools in this phase one. So let's discuss an architecture. So as it can be seen, uh, in this, on the left hand side, uh, it represents the on-prem data center, which has web server and database servers. And we need to migrate this web application to the AWS. So in order to migrate this web application, I would like to show first what is the web application we are going to migrate. Okay, so if you go over here, see, this is my working application, which is on-premise data center. This application is completely dynamic, and I have to migrate this application on AWS. Okay, so let me register and enter some data here. Sign up successful, and if we go inside the database, let me grab the username and password to log in into database. We are in database right now, MySQL. Let me log in. Okay, we are inside the MariaDB, MySQL database. Let's check the database and tables. So this application database is OBS. So if you see here, our application name is OBS, Online Banquet Booking System. So database is relevant. So use database. So tables start from field user. Okay. So if you look at this last record we just inserted and it is successfully inserted in the application. Okay. So this application we are actually migrating to the AWS from on-prem. Okay. So here I have covered what is on-premise setup and project index, all the phase by phase. If you click here, it will take you to the phase one with the prerequisite documentation, discovery service deployment documentation, and all those relevant documentations. Okay, so now let's discuss the architecture. Okay, so on the left hand side, as I just mentioned, uh, corporate data center is there and web server and database server is running inside the data center, which has our web application running and the database, and we need to migrate this application to the AWS cloud. Okay, so on the AWS side, if you see the right side, the AWS cloud is presented there with couple of migration services. If you pay attention, there is AWS Migration Hub, AWS Application Discovery Service uh, is there, which helps migrating uh, the applications successfully to the AWS Cloud. Okay, so how this entire application is going to be migrated onto the AWS Cloud? So there are the things. Uh, Let me take you here. So first of all, in order to migrate any applications from on-prem to the AWS cloud, we definitely have to establish a reliable internet connection, right? So here, what we need to establish is either VPN client connection, either AWS direct connect. So it is completely based on the companies and the project requirements, how the project critical the project is, and how critical the um, database security and all those things, all factors are uh, dependent on those factors actually. So if application is critical and load heavy and needs a reliable constant internet connection with high bandwidth, then definitely we need to have set up AWS Direct Connect. So there are a couple of pros and cons of the Direct Connect because Direct Connect takes longer time, maybe weeks and more than a weeks or more, couple of weeks to set up completely uh, hybrid connection between on-prem and cloud, which is actually costlier as well. So again, it depends on the company and budget and project requirements. On the other hand, the VPN connection is quite cheaper and very speedy to set up. Within a couple of hours. It can be done, establish the connection from on-prem to the AWS cloud, and we can migrate the application. So for medium to low level projects and application levels, we can use the VPN connection and migrate the servers to the AWS cloud. So let me show you how to migrate this on-prem application to the AWS cloud. So if I take you to the documentation part, we have discussed till here. Key technologies used, web server, database, what is the AWS environment, and we are going to use AWS ADS, Application Discovery Service, and uh, AWS Migration Hub, through which we will be monitoring the process and gather the data for better insights to fulfill the requirement of this migration project. Okay, so high level workflow pre-migration. In order to migrate the application, what we need to do in order to migrate, which is called pre-migration, we need to assess the current architecture, on-premise workloads, all those dependencies, networking requirements, and all those server dependencies and application dependencies and compliance and monitoring perspective. All those things we need to take into consideration while migrating or planning the migration. Okay, so this all presented here in high level manner. You can see and visit here and check it out. So our stuff is like phase one, application discovery and TCO analysis. So let's go to the prerequisite. So as a prerequisite, we need to have AWS account first of all. Then we need to do some set up users and permissions for our migration services from the AWS cloud, and for which I have created one of the user and attached the policies and gave it an access so it can access successfully the required services. within the AWS cloud. Okay, so here it is. If we move to the next step, deployment phase. So in the deployment phase, we need to install AWS Discovery agents on web servers, machines, and database machines. Okay, so uh, let me show you how to install. So this is the web server. I established the SSH connection inside and uh, install the discovery agent inside the machine and have a look at it. We check that agent is running or not. So ADS agent is active and running. Same thing for the database server. It is installed there and it was running successfully. So once it is successfully installed, the discovery agent, it will keep pushing, fetching the relevant information of the entire machine, technical and performance requirements, and will be pushing to the remote migration hub uh, to the AWS cloud. So let's have a look at in real time into the AWS console. So if we go inside the migration hub, so you can search the migration hub from the console, AWS migration hub. We are already inside. If you go the dashboard and see, we have already two servers, two applications, and two agents are running. And you see this database server and web app is already there. So when after installing the ADS agent inside the server, the first thing we need to have a look at and come at to this data collector section. Inside the data collectors, we have discovery agents under which we need to see this uh, servers. So as soon as it will identify the ADS agent will be successfully establish the connection from on-prem to the AWS cloud, it will send this server details here under the discovery agent. So both the server machines will be displayed here. Okay, so these are the on-prem machines which is locating here. And if you see, these are both the machines started collecting the status, and the health was unknown right now because I that done first and then stopped the server. So that's why it is unknown now. Otherwise, it was healthy. So next is go to the servers, and here it will be displayed that servers from the on-prem. So this is the web server. Okay, I have tagged as well. So if we go inside the web server, it display all the server details. What is the source agent? What is the application type? Web application, and this is the technical information. It fetches all the relevant information about the machine, on-prem machine, so we can match the relevant configuration from the AWS cloud machine. So this is the host name, this is the IP address, this is the MAC address, and what is the OS on on-prem machine, what was the version, what was the hypervisor virtualization technology, how many CPUs there, what is the CPU architecture type, how many cores required, how many disks are there, how many network cards, what is the free disk size, what is the total disk size, total RAM requirements. So everything will be pushing from on-prem to this migration hub inside the servers. Okay, so this technical information I have already posted here as well for you to understand and have a look at step by step. So here I have posted, and next is performance information. So it also pushes the gather the performance information and push to this migration hub. So what is the CPU usage percent in terms of percentage? maximum and average requirement, and the RAM usage, disk reads, writes, and network reads and writes, and free RAM. So all those performance information is also displayed here for our on-prem machines. So this information actually helps us to take a better decision, what sort of machine would be needed for in terms of better performance and availability and scalability perspective, and even cost optimization perspective as well. So based on this information, actually we can prepare the TCO or high level documentation, which contains all those pricing and costing and cost optimization perspective. It uh, give an insights. So let me show you where it is posted. So here it is, performance information for web server and our database servers. Okay. Next is networking section. So under the networking, it shows the network graph and connections, dependencies, or like what are the network dependencies are there, multiple networks connections. So when there are multiple servers connected together, it will be like lots of different hierarchy and trees structure will be there to understand the network dependencies. Okay. So this is for web app. Now, if we go inside the database server, same for here. All the technical information and performance information is gathered. And if we go inside the network, it also displays the dependency network graph. Okay. Next is we can group the multiple similar servers into as an application, and we can name and tag, so it will be displayed under the similar machines will be displayed under similar categories like web app or database server. Okay, this is same network visualization. So under the migration hub, we have covered application discovery service and how it gathers the information. So from that information, how we can take a decision or create a high level TCO document. Okay. So if you say like total cost of ownership analysis for web server and database server. So our web server contains these technical and performance requirements. So if you look at here, I have documented, and based on equivalency, on-prem server has this right now, and what would be the AWS equivalent service, what would be the machine, um, which is categorized here, T4G.nano EC2 Ubuntu required from the AWS, and same for database server. And what is the 8 GB SSD storage would be under the AWS would be EBS, Elastic Block Storage, GP3 10 GB. Networking, we need to create AWS VPC security groups for security NACLs, and we need elastic IPs, and yeah. On the database, we need a Amazon Relational Database Service, my across the SQL or MySQL we can choose, select, which is provide completely inbuilt high availability and those kind of features. Monitoring, we can do CloudWatch monitoring, even for optimization perspective as well. So here is a TCO breakdown. On-premise world sales AWS. What is the total cost estimated per annum? And what would be the cost optimization based on EC2 machines and with the RDS? what is the per annum total cost after migrating to the AWS cloud. So this is completely this is TCO analysis, which is prepared based on this information. We can create that. So we can take a help of AWS pricing calculator, which is helps us to define the pricing based on this requirement, technical requirement of the machines. Okay, so if you see, we have successfully configured the data ADS agent inside the on-prem machines, and uh, on-prem machines have started sending the information to inside the AWS migration hub, inside servers and data collectors. So these are the phase one, initial phase, and from the this phase we will be start preparing the AWS infrastructure, and in the next phase two we would be migrating first database, then we will do application migration. And there are complete detailed documentation is provided here. You can go here and check it out, even on my blogging page as well. There are complete documentation in step-by-step manner, and GitHub project repo is also provided there, so you can go here and check it out from here as well. Here the challenge is what is the challenges actually with the on-premise infrastructure. So high maintenance costs, scalability issues, security risks, and disaster recovery concerns. Those were the concerns actually we migrate from on-prem to the AWS cloud. Okay, so this is complete documentation here, and our phase two would be database migration. So stay tuned and keep check it out. I'll keep posting when I do to complete the phase two database migration. I will be providing the same as documentation inside the phase two. So that's all in this today's session. We will uh, come back with another phase two database migration. And yeah, stay tuned and good day. Thank you.